Welcome Pisces and Pisces cross-watchers to your January 2023 love reading. So as always, please take this as it resonates and always use your intuition when making decisions about your life, because this is a general reading. And cross-watchers, you're welcome to flip the roles if that resonates better with you. So thank you for stopping by my channel today. I'm happy to have you here. So for those of you that have been around for a while, I don't usually shuffle on camera, but I've just been really enjoying that. So I am going to incorporate that a little bit more. All right. And what's in Pisces heart space? Are you gonna like Pisces? What's in Pisces heart space about this person and this relationship for January 2023? There we go. Oh. And what are their actions or intentions? It almost feels like there's something that you seem to feel is like on display for everybody. Feels a little bit like there's some sort of betrayal here. It feels like either you feel that I mean, I shouldn't talk too much until all the cards come out, but it just kind of feels like you got really hurt here. Oh. And heart space for this person. Okay. And their actions or intentions. Can Pisces expect? So we do have the Five of Swords, the bottom of the deck, and then your person's actions or intentions. We have the Five of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So Pisces, I'm sorry to say, but it feels like it's almost like a public humiliation sort of thing. Now, I feel like you're not really playing into that. I feel like you obviously know that there's people that know, but you're not so concerned about, you know, what other people think and all that sort of thing. I think you're more focused on the fact that you've been really hurt. And I feel like you may have made some adjustments in your life for this person. I feel like you made changes to accommodate them, to incorporate them into your life. And I feel like they kind of stabbed you in the back. I feel like they were manipulative. I feel like you see them as I don't know what happened here, Pisces, and I won't go into that unless I feel something about it, because I'm sure it's different for everyone. But whatever happened here, it definitely cut you pretty deep. And I feel like it's almost that moment of you were so hurt when it happened, you didn't say much. But like there's things that you would say now. I almost feel like you're not quite ready, even if there was a confrontation. It does feel like you're not quite ready to do that, more because you're so hurt. It's like you're so hurt, you're crying. But I almost feel like there may be times where you're not crying because you're hurt, you're crying because you're so angry. And I feel like you seem to be pointing right at this person. I feel like they really misrepresented themselves. I feel like they acted like they were a King of Wands, which is obviously someone that's very passionate, that fire action, masculine energy. But I feel like it's almost like this person would have come in and been really crappy about something and been like, you're not a queen of wands. I'm not being a king of wands. You know what I mean? And like, a freaking excuse me. They just seem to, and I feel like even now, even though you know the truth, this person is still has the audacity to come in here and try to present like they're this king of wands, even though they've shown you that that's not where their heart is. Because we have the king of wands reversed on their end, the mother or the queen of wands reversed in their headspace, and then the five of wands, three pentacles, and Hierophant. So it's almost like this person wanted a commitment out of you, but I feel like they wanted to play with you a little bit. It's like how a cat will play with their prey. And I feel like, I don't know what they thought of you here or why they felt that they would be able to do that. It's almost like now they're acting like they're hurt because they did this. You know what I mean? It's like they're acting like you're the bad guy for having pulled away or for having told this person off or whatever, because they took advantage of the situation and they're acting like they're the victim. They're trying to come in and act like, oh, you misinterpreted it. It wasn't like that. I didn't mean it that way. You should have known that I would never, that's not me, and all this sort of stuff. And I feel like you're over here looking at this person like, but actually it's been like, it wasn't an isolated behavior. I feel like it was repeated, and I feel like you gave this person every chance you could. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's not to say that you let this person walk all over you, but I feel like it's almost like there's a long-standing or a pre-existing connection between the two of you that it almost feels like there's a little bit of, it's not a shame on them. I feel like you're looking at it like, shame on me for having given your sorry butt that many chances. I feel like there's part of you that's, it's almost like that you should have known. I feel like you're looking at it like, listen, internally, you may be presenting, or I feel like that's where you're at. Externally, I feel like it's a different story. But internally, I feel like this person it's almost like they seem to have removed your feelings of security. And now that's not to say that they actually did anything, like, or took your money or anything. I mean, of course, I hope that wouldn't be it, but really, Pisces, it's more the energetics of it, right? So it's almost like this person pulling the BS that they just pulled on you. It feels like they've taken something from you, and it's almost like you're three sheets to the wind. And I feel like that actually may be because you put so much friggin' time and energy and effort and love and investment into this person. And here they are. They took advantage of something. I feel like even they know that they shouldn't have done that, but it feels like they seem to think that they can manipulate you out of that. They seem to think that they can come in and flip everything on its head. And you know what else? I actually think this person is a little bit, I want to say, like, they seem to either be a bit worried or they're underestimating you, and they should be worried. Because I actually feel that this person is feeling like they're smarter or they're more cunning than you are. I feel like this is somebody that may lean on some sort of external, check mark in their box. Maybe there's somebody that is very physically attractive, or they dress really sharply. It's like, maybe they have money. There's something about them that seems to draw people in. Maybe there's a certain intensity about them that seems to be a bit captivating. But it's like that same intensity that used to draw you in, that would kind of block out everything else. It's like it's it's almost like they think that it's this really potent weapon that they can use, and it's almost like they're just throwing a penny at a brick wall because they're not getting, it's just going to bounce right off, because whatever they did here, they took it way too far. Too far. So we have the Mother or Queen of Wands reversed. This is a listen, the Queen of Wands upright is somebody that loves the people around them, that will, they'll do anything for the people around them. They can sometimes, control the lives of the people around them but without the people knowing it. You know what I mean? It's like they are, they may be very action oriented, but it's like there's a method behind their madness. And I feel like with this person, it's almost like they may have seen you that way. They may have looked at you as someone that is, as I want to say, like diabolical as themselves. But not in a, okay, let me rephrase that, Pisces. Not that you are actually diabolical. I feel like this person may have felt that like the two of you could be partners in crime or something like that. And it actually feels that it's almost like they're seeing that you have too good of a heart to go down that path. And I feel like now they're kind of standing there like, oh, maybe I should shift gears. Maybe I should, I feel like they're kind of at war with themselves. It's like they don't want to let you go, but they don't really want to make the changes that they need to make to deserve you in the first place. And I feel like that's not a very nice thing to say, but at the end of the day, if this person treats people like garbage and you don't, then, that's, it would be reasonable to assume that they would take advantage of that with you. And I feel like this person is somebody that's actually pretty empty inside. I feel like they, at their core, right? Let's dig into this person a little bit. I actually feel that they feel unlovable at times. I feel like they seem to feel that element, either like the money, the intensity, the physical good looks, whatever it is that they feel draws people in, it's almost like they lean on that because, and they may not let people in very easily, because it's like they feel like if people really got to the core of them, not even that the core of them is bad, but they just feel like there's nothing there. You know what I mean? It's almost like they don't know themselves. They know themselves through other people's eyes. And that's why they feel like there's just always, they just have this kind of general unease as they're going through life. And I do want to say, I feel like, okay, hold on for a second. I feel like there's been a stroke of, I want to say like a stroke of genius, but it's more like somebody came in and laid everything out on the table for your person. And I feel like this person, it feels like they're the kind of person that would come in and they just kind of would they'd level the playing field, right? It's like this one isn't somebody that puts someone up here and someone down here or tries to like, cause any imbalance. They just lay everybody out flat. And I feel like your King of Wands here, please don't get too hung up on the gender, right? It's more the energetics of the card. So this masculine energy, it's almost like I want to say, they seem to feel that time is almost up. It's almost like they have to put something together. They have to build something before this Hierophant gets close enough to it. It's almost like they're running scared from that Hierophant, feeling like they need somebody to save them from that person. It's like that might be where that emptiness is coming from. It's like maybe this Hierophant character, your King of Wands, was never able to, it's like they just could never measure up. It was never enough. It was never good enough. They were never, ever good enough. I'm hearing like they couldn't do enough push-ups, they couldn't do enough sit-ups, they couldn't do enough pull-ups, no matter what your person did. It's like, even if your person did what this Hierophant asked of them, the Hierophant would then, instead of congratulating them, they'd be like, well, you should have done 20 extra if you could do what I asked. You know what I mean? It's like this, there's this thing where this Hierophant seems to have this very, they seem to feel that that's how they drive people to be better. It's like they want the people around them to be more. So they just kind of, not realizing that it's like they're using their talents to just tear these people to pieces. And I feel like that might be where your person is feeling really empty. I feel like it does feel from your perspective that it might be too little too late with this person, but they seem to really not want to let you go. And I do feel that in this person, this King of Wands, kind of messing this up with you, excuse me, I feel like here's this Hierophant, and it's just, this Hierophant seems to just be kind of like beating your person over the head. You know, those cartoons where they get further and further and further into the ground with what a failure they are. How could they do this? Da, da, da. And it's like, the more that this person, the more it really, like, I don't know the actual situation, so I'm not trying to label it. I am saying this because this is kind of the energy that I'm picking up on. It's like the verbal and emotional abuse this person has been subject to. It's almost like they're in an energy where they feel that they need it to change. That it's like they kind of are, they're like, yes, that's what I need. I need to hear how stupid I am. I need to hear what a failure I am to make the change, right? And that's actually extraordinarily heartbreaking. Sorry, I know this person has probably really pissed you off. That's just a really difficult thing to say out loud for me. Anyway, so yeah, we have I think that's 6, yes. The 6 of Wands here as what's in your headspace. And it actually feels, Pisces, that you are, I feel like you're starting to understand a lot more about this King of Wands energy. I feel like you are, it's almost like if you have become recently aware, maybe in this reading, maybe before, I feel like you knew that there was something up before with this person. And maybe the reading just cleared it up, but whoever this Hierophant character is, it's like when you meet that person and you see how they treat your King of Wands, it's like all the pieces come together. It's like, oh, okay, I get it now. And it's almost like you can see this, you know, what may normally be, or outside of the connection with this Hierophant character, someone that might be a very almost magnificent creature, someone that's kind of a boss energy, or at least comes across that way. It's like they're running scared when they're around this Hierophant. They're running like, it's like they're doing everything in their power to make that person happy. And I feel like it's almost like your person doesn't want to accept or doesn't want to slow down enough to face the fact that it'll never be enough. Because then it's like, it almost will feel like, it's like that feeling of being guilty for being a failure. It's like they're trying to run away from that. And I feel like this person seems to understand some of the damage that they're doing. But I feel like they seem to be in an energy where they're almost frantic to, it's like maybe this person was raised, this Hierophant was raised in a home where money was very tight. And so very small things, like leaving something out on the counter and it went bad, that was a big problem. And so there were like, it's like micromanaging, or I don't know how to say this, but, the slightest mistake would result in swift and severe consequences. And I feel like actually, well, very misguided, this Hierophant's attitude with your person is actually them trying desperately to make sure that that doesn't happen to the King of Wands, that there aren't swift and severe consequences because this person's always moving. Sorry, this is a big energy for me to read for, so I apologize. Okay. So, I feel like you're going to be seeing a lot of truths about this King of Wands. It's almost like the information about them might be coming out of the woodwork. I feel like there may be a lot of people that knew certain things about this person, but it's like maybe nobody told you at first. It's like of course, everybody will have their own reasons. It does feel, and this may be specific, that some of them felt that you needed to come to it on your own. It's almost like you wouldn't have believed them if you hadn't seen it yourself, or if you hadn't had some sort of light bulb moment where it's almost like you might have heard this Hierophant screaming on the phone to this King of Wands, or just realized how dry my hands are, sorry. Or it's like you might have seen how different the King of Wands is when they're around this Hierophant. They act like they have it all together, not around them, but when they are around them, it's like they're that kid again that can't do anything right. And I feel like your heart aches for them. But you also are of the mind that, like, just because this person went through that doesn't mean you're going to be a doormat. And I don't know what this person did, but they did something wrong, this King of Wands. So we have the 5 of Pentacles and 7 of Wands as what's in your actions or intentions towards this person. Okay. So this might be very specific. I actually feel for some of you that what may cause a really big change, kind of a light bulb moment for this King of Wands, is actually that if this connection is severed or is broken or whatever, that it's like this Hierophant will come in and just talk so much shit about you to this King of Wands. And I feel like it's almost that moment of like, that's when the King of Wands gets what's happening. That's when they're like, holy shit, it's not just me. It's like, that's when they realize that what this person doing is about them. You know what I mean? It's their insecurity. It's their conditioning, programming, whatever you want to call it. That whatever, it's like, that's about them. And I feel like that seems to be, it's almost like they may not even get mad at this Hierophant person when the Hierophant says that. And I feel like it's not because they, don't want to defend your honor or whatever, but it's almost like they're free. That seems to free them from feeling like they are somehow, running around trying to please this person. And I feel like they seem to want to come back around and offer you something, but I feel like they actually really don't know themselves. They don't know what to offer. They don't know how to do this. All they know is they want to do it with you. And I'm not sure you'll give them the chance. With the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles, it's almost like this person may be coming back around trying to make amends. And you're looking at them like, whoa, do you not remember what happened? Like, do you not remember how you treated me? What are you even doing here, sort of thing? And I do feel that this person has every intention of changing. And And it does feel at this time that they have a heart to change for you. I'm just not seeing either way if they'll actually make the change. It's almost that energy of, when it comes to being in an abusive relationship with someone, usually the first time that people leave, it takes them several times of leaving before they leave for good. It does feel like your King of Wands here has every intention. It's like they want to start from scratch. They're happy to build it from the ground up. It's almost this energy of them coming in like, I'll do anything. I'll wait. I'll do this. I'll do that. I will do anything. And I feel like it seems like you need some time. I feel like you need time to heal. You need time to grieve. And I feel like whatever this person said or did, it feels in this moment that there isn't much that they can do to take that back. And I feel like you're just kind of looking at them almost like, well, it's almost like, well, you left me in a ditch. And now that I've crawled out of that ditch, you want to, come back. And I am not telling you what to do, Pisces. I am not trying to, I'm definitely not trying to make any decisions for you, because at the end of the day, that everything that you do in your life is your decision. But I don't really see you letting this person back in, at least for now. And I feel like for a lot of you that the damage is done. I feel for a lot of you that, whatever this person did, it's like you gave them every chance that you could. They shat all over those chances. And it's like they hit your boundary and they can't cross it, and they did. And I feel like you're kind of out. And maybe it's for now, maybe it's permanently. It's almost this energy of like, if this is still something that you wanted to pick up, which doesn't feel like, a lot of you do. I feel like because you have a good heart, you would still kind of try to say that to them, something to the effect of like, you have to get yourself right. It's like, before you even think about anything with anybody, especially me, you got to fix that. You know what I mean? It's like you're not trying to give anybody false hope here or anything, but you're also not trying to kick someone when they're down. So I feel like we're going to pull another card here. Just want this deck here. Okay. Can we get a card for Pisces? So we have the Three of Air, which is the Three of Swords. Okay. Pisces, I feel like whatever you decide, however you conduct yourself in this situation, you have zero friggin' intention. It's like you're not going to be led around by the nose by somebody. You're not going to be manipulated. You're not going to be, with this Devil card here. You're not going to be tempted into anything with passion. It's like if this person thinks that they're going to, be able to say this or do this, and it does feel like when they hit this place, it's genuine. But you're not going to put yourself in a position where you're going to get hurt like that again. And now, does that mean that that if this person genuinely changes, that you won't give them another chance? I can't speak to that. That depends on them changing, and if they change enough, and if you're still open to it. But I definitely feel that for right now, because this person cut you open and kind of let something be displayed for the world to see, put you in a place where you felt that you had to defend yourself against something that you shouldn't have, put you in a place where you felt that your heart was broken. It doesn't feel like you are, it's more, I don't feel that you let them back in. And I feel like for a lot of you, those that choose to say no, it actually feels, there's, obviously sorrow involved in this situation. but it's almost this energy of like, it's the last time. It's the last time that you're going to cry over this person, if you have, right? It's the last time. It's the last. I almost want to say, like, it's the last time anybody's going to do this to you. It's the last time somebody's going to take advantage of your good nature. And you know what? I'm going to be straight with you, Pisces. I don't think this person's going anywhere. I feel like they might be, if ever you've seen A Beautiful Mind, spoiler alert for that movie, at the end of the movie when I can't remember his name, the guy that Russell Crowe plays, he's no longer on the medication, but the three people that he imagined or whatever, it's like they're following him around even in his old age. They're always there. They're just there. It's just an ever-present there. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that this person is in. I feel like they might even get to a place where they don't expect you to come towards them. But it does feel like whatever happens here is a catalyst for this person to really move. And I'm sorry, Pisces, that you were there and you know, that you got hurt so deeply in the process. So, one final message from this King of Wands to Pisces. One final message from this King of Wands to Pisces. They're not done with you, I can tell you that much. It's like I'm asking for one final message, and it's almost this energy of like, no, that's not how this is gonna... It's not one final. So we do have the Eight of Cups here, which is about walking away. And then we have the Seven of, but the Chariot. So hold on for a second. Pisces, I don't think this person is going to let you get away very easily. I feel like there may be times where their past self that's kind of shitty to you rears its ugly head, but I do feel that that is a part of themselves that they're genuinely ashamed of. And I feel like they do seem to have every intention to be, you know, the champion of this relationship and fix this. And I'll be straight with you. If there is any way for this King of Wands to get you back or to prove to you that they have changed, it certainly seems like they'll be jumping through that hoop. So that's what I have for you today, Pisces. I feel like I was a little long-winded. I apologize. If this is what you're going through, I'm sorry that this is what you've experienced. And I'm sorry that you had to get hurt so deeply in the process, or not had to, but that you were. Anyway. I do want to say, just to let you know, there may not be any weekly readings next week. I will have the ones. I feel like I shouldn't even say this because of the nature of the reading, but just so that you're not expecting anything. The minis on Sunday will be coming out, but next week, myself and my kids, we all go back to school, so I may not be able to do reads that week. Just keep an eye on the community post, and I will let you know on the weekend. So that's what I have for you today, and we'll see you next time. Much love. Bye.